Well, Darren, it is a 90-minute game or a 100-minute game or whatever it is, and we don't do interviews at half-time. So for this interview, I mean, if you could just talk me through the whole thing as you saw it, really, the original setup of the team and then the changes and everything. How did you see that whole game pan out?
It's pretty basic. We had to take Ince out of the squad because of an injury. What does Rowan Ince possess? He's a ball-winning midfield player. One of destructive tendencies more than constructive tendencies. We replaced him for another ball winner. There was no other ball winners, midfielders available that are going to completely commit to regaining the ball, which is our life really in our football team. And Dan Moss has that better than anyone that I've worked with. Epitomises what my values and behaviours and beliefs are. There's no one better to me. So I thought that was common sense. We're unfortunate at the minute to have, quite a large percentage of the squad unavailable, and that large percentage of the squad you can recognise are mostly last year's players. So tonight we had a new team, and with new teams comes, unfamiliarity, a cautious nature to whether they are behaving in the manner that this team now behaves. This time last year, this team wasn't behaving in the same way it was in December. So, it takes us a while. And I just thought that we had to have those values and qualities, that resilience, combativeness in the team. So Akinola is absolutely perfect for that changing of roles in the back four, because he's quick enough still to play fullback.
Yeah.
He's big enough still to play central defence. We're very lucky to have Tunji. Sam Habergam's coming back from 2.5 weeks out, maybe 2 training sessions. But experienced player. Scott, we would have liked not to have played tonight. We would have preferred it if we could have given Scott another 5 days to recover, so that he was available for Saturday. And then I'm conscious that Gregor Cox is playing for the first time in 6 months, 7 months. And it's not like fit, go. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
This is a very high demanding team. And it's important that we manage the players appropriately. Ironically, it was Reece Brown that was injured during the first half, and Gregor Cox had to take his place. If Gregor Cox would have started, would he have come off at half time? Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, but what I do know is he came on and had a huge contribution. And so we get to half time, and I think the first half performance is committed. I think it's honest. I think the quality on the turnover of the ball was low, but I thought the character of the team was high, and that has to be the starting point for every one of these teams. We can't have it both ways here at Woking. We're unable to produce that resource that is Dan Moss with Robbie Wilmot's technical ability. They're playing in League One, they're top players and they earn lots more money. So I thought Nana struggled for that second game in 3 days, which was in my mind. But again, Denon hasn't trained a great deal. And I just thought at half-time it was a real opportunity to, because of Denon's robustness and a little bit more experience and his age, just to get him out there for Nana, where I thought he might press the ball quicker, a little bit more intense, a little bit more aggressively. And he did that. So, that was an important change, and Gregor Cox was an enforced one, but a very important one. So I think the players and their attitude epitomises, why we were successful, or why we had a winning season last year. And if we're going to be anywhere close in the vicinity of replicating anything like that, it will be through hard work and determination rather than flamboyance and expansion. And they deserve a lot of credit for their character tonight.
And certainly in that second half, there was a lot of pace and intensity, and it got the crowd going as well, kicking towards the KRE. It certainly felt that, the whole team actually, but certainly the changes, they just had that directness and right from the word go.
They had a big effect, absolutely. It'd be madness to stand here and not say that otherwise. But the team kept moving forward, and that's what we've got to ask of our team here. 1-0 down. I think we'd maybe given up 2 shots, maybe 3. Might have been generous in the first half to our very illustrious opponents. Good team, very good team, brilliant recruitment, well coached. But we'd not given much away in that half. We'd not created a great deal. We had probably the best chance where it looked like Armand, it may have crossed the line, may not. We had a couple of oohs and ahs with balls flashed across the goal. My message at half-time, along with the changes, was just keep moving forward. Whatever happens, at 1-0, you're always in the game. One set play, one mistake, anything, a moment of real quality, and you're back in the game. And you're right, the KRE helped that, because once we got moving towards them, with sort of enthusiasm and energy, their energy then bounced back at us, and all of a sudden that ball is getting drawn, gravitated towards that goal, and it's a huge weapon for us, absolutely. And I thought the players were just brilliant in their enthusiasm to keep pushing and be 2-1 up and get a third. Brilliant energy. So, it's been a tough night physically for us, but that's because they absolutely committed life and limb to win.
And it was important to bounce back after Saturday. We spoke on Saturday, and so it sort of sets it up now for a winner, draw and a loss, and now we're into the season and thick and fast, and Barnet on Saturday. I'm sure there'll be a good number of Woking fans there.
Yeah, the support last year was incredible, absolutely incredible, as it is everywhere. But we just have to be mindful. We have to be very, very conscious that it's really important that we address the amount of goals we're conceding, because we can't give teams, we won't score 3 every week. So we've got to make sure that we're better at that. We might need to recruit again around that, with our numbers being so low, because our squad depth is good, but it isn't at the minute, because there's not a lot available. I'll be surprised Saturday if we field a bench. So we might have to recruit, which will be important. And then we need to make sure that we've got the energy and the physicality and the attitude to go and compete again. It's hard. It's very, very hard winning games. Very hard. We need to be mindful of that. We're mindful of how people expect us to be now. And, we ask for that same consciousness back, because it may take another 3 days, it might take another 3 months. You never know as a football coach.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for all that in-depth background, and we're up and running. So we'll see you at Barnet and see what that brings. But, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.